I have with me today Mr. Lav Bajaj, who is Business Director of Bajaj Steel Industries Limited, Nagpur, a company that was established way back in 1961. BSIL acquired sole manufacturing rights of all products of Continental Eagle Corporation USA in 2009 and became the world's largest cotton ginning and pressing machinery manufacturing company for all the four ginning technologies. Bajaj has a global presence. BSIL is a turnkey solution provider for ginning, pressing, delinting, and decorticating plants. On behalf of the Executive Director and staff of the ICAC, I, Sandhya Kranthi, Project Consultant, welcome you, Mr. Bajaj, to Cotton Connects, a new initiative of the ICAC.
Thank you. Thank you for the introduction, ma'am.
My first question to you, Mr. Bajaj. This is the time in a calendar year when seed cotton is processed for its fiber, particularly in India. For seed cotton to be processed, it needs to be procured from farmers. How is the coronavirus pandemic affecting procurement and processing of seed cotton globally and in India?
The coronavirus has not actually affected the planting and harvesting of the 2019-20 season for the farmers, but it has certainly affected the marketing and processing due to the closure of ginning units and non-availability of manpower. Indian farmers are facing the problem of sale of cotton due to lockdown, and further facing problem for planting of 2021 season because inputs like seeds, fertilizers, manures, etc. unavailable during the lockdown. Although you know that over the past few days, the government has opened up the farming sector under essentials and commercial transport has also been allowed. But the impact of this lockdown will still be on the farmers. International farmers, where we also supply ginning units, farmers are definitely going to be affected. You know, a couple of main reasons being the supply chain, the supply chain of input due to the cancellation of orders worldwide. And also due to the crash in oil prices, it has made the man-made fibers cheaper. So because of this, obviously the cotton farmer elsewhere is also affected. Most of the governments, I would say in US or Africa or anywhere in the Northern Hemisphere have given the cotton sector under essentials, and it is not completely like come to a halt as in zero, but definitely there's a demand destruction. So basically if the cancellation of orders which have happened through spinning mills and the orders which the spinning units were going to get from weaving or other mills have also gotten cancelled. So the whole supply chain from manufacturing of cloth has actually been affected because the whole supply chain is stopped. So that has really impacted the farmers. In the Southern Hemisphere, I would say it is right now not the planting season, so it is the ginning season. So like in Brazil or Australia, they will start ginning. So in terms of plantation, the plantation happened before actually the outbreak happened. So that was around December, January. And the harvesting also took place in the past few months. But now they are in the ginning season. I don't believe that ginning should be a problem in the Southern Hemisphere because as you know, it's in the rural and it's an essential. So I wouldn't think that there'll be a strict lockdown. But in terms of transportation, in terms of how quickly they can get vessels out, how quickly they can get, road transportation out, that will definitely be a problem, and that impacts the farmers because, when the cycle is slow or delayed, then the incoming cash or money is delayed, and ultimately if the payment to the farmer is delayed, it is going to create a big problem for them.
There is a widespread industrial lockdown across the globe. Countries need machinery and spare parts for machines required for ginning, seed processing, seed treatment, etc. How has COVID-19 affected manufacturers of the global cotton ginning and seed processing machines?
So, in terms of machinery manufacturers like us, COVID-19 has definitely impacted us in a big way. So, four major points I would like to point out. First, being that the shipment of existing orders of ginning machines and spares are held up because we were unable to start our operations for a month. Even now, we have started at like a 20 or 30% operational capacity, which is very low. So the shipment is delayed. In terms of construction of new factories at the customers' ends all across the world, be it Uzbekistan or be it in Brazil or US, is extremely delayed, uh, majorly due to the transportation factors. And because of this, it looks like the new ginning factories which were going to come up and process cotton will be delayed at least for a year. They'll probably now go and gin in the next year, the new factories. The third point being the orders for new plants, which we were expecting this year, and people who were planning in Africa or in South America or US. The booking of these orders likely to go down around 30 to 50% for the 2021 season. The fourth point being spare parts. I would say that spare parts is an essential part of any ginning mill, and if the existing gins who operate for the current season, they definitely will need the spare parts. So I don't believe that there'll be cancellation of any spare parts orders. The spare part order is one thing on which we have to kind of piggyback, depend this season mostly on the spare part side of the business.
Mr. Bajaj, it has been famously quoted that foreseeable actions planned on hope are different from those planned on fear. The governments have actions planned on hope and have promised support to the different sectors in view of the COVID pandemic. What kind of policy measures do you think would be important for cotton farmers, ginners, spinners, and machine manufacturers in the cotton industry?
So for the farmers operations, as they are facing fund shortages due to the delay in selling of the crop, in case where there is a total complete loss of crop, they should be given complete lump sum financial compensation. This is for the farmers. For ginners, spinners, and the chain and machinery manufacturers, uh, should be given a lump sum financial assistance because of the losses that all of these sectors are facing. And I would say some of these opportunities or some of these compensations could be at least like waiving off 3 months of interest on loans, term loans, 3 months of interest on working capital, then at least 3 months on electricity, which we have to consume, and lump sum compensation for any kind of utilities or any kind of the government needs to compensate all these companies in that fashion. Rather, we are being told right now in India that you have to still pay the complete salaries, the complete wages of all the people. On a moral ground, that's right, I would say. But, for the existence of a factory only, which is very difficult, that's not the easiest thing to do. And like I would say, the US government, they have given, I think, a big compensation package to all industries because of obviously the fear of unemployment. So they have given, I think, 2.5 months of utilities, rent, salaries to small business accounts. Uh, Hopefully something we expect from the Indian government, and also for rest of the world. I would also say that there has to be some compensation.
Uh, is there anything else that you would like ICAC to highlight, Mr. Bajaj?
in terms of cotton, because ICAC is the main body, actually ICAC can get all the important bodies of the world together. All they know all the governments. There is a lot of demand destruction. So primarily, what ICAC can help do is kind of get all the bodies together and uh, have promotion of cotton as the primary task, and that will really help, because over the man-made fibers, really, because the man-made fibers are becoming cheaper because of the crash in oil prices. So I would say that if we are going to kick off a very big promotion campaign, it should can be done through ICAC and other bodies together, and to promote cotton as crop. That is one. And another point I would think is new uses of cotton can come to fore. Then that can help the cotton sector in a large way. Because of the lockdown, I know that there are other demands for cotton, like medical uses of cotton for masks, for bed sheets, for hospitals, towels, and all that stuff. So uh, I would say that demand is going to go up in the medical side of cotton. But apart from that, hopefully, uh, in the long term, I think that the demand, it will all stabilize over the next year and kind of come back.
Thank you, Mr. Bajaj, for speaking to the ICAC Cotton Connects despite your busy schedule. We wish you all the best as you have just started reopening your ginning facilities here in India. Thank you once again.
Thank you. Thank you so much.